So we'll be seeing the basically the continuation of the stock market terms, and then we'll see little basics about candlestick, the different types of charts and the trends. Each of this we'll see in depth when we do the individual topics. So little bit of technicals we'll do it today, and next lecture will be the in depth about the technicals. So let us see that. I am giving this presentation for educational purpose only. I am not a SEBI registered advisor. Consult your financial advisor before you buy anything. Any gains or losses made by you is not, I am not liable for anything. The objective of this course is for spreading financial literacy. So we continue with the stock market terms. Dividend is the, like in FDs we receive interest. Dividend is nothing but the returns we receive on the shares. Okay? It is decided by the boards. Dividends are paid nowadays. Interim dividends also paid, and regular year-end dividends also paid. Dividend yield is nothing but the dividend paid to you divided by the current stock price. Normally, most of the companies, when we look at the parameters, we look dividend yield is also one of the parameters for evaluating the company. So the dividend received divided by the stock price. It is expressed as a percentage. Buy price is the price I'm buying the share, which is also called as the bid price. Okay, it tells me how much I'm willing to pay to get that share. Ask or sell price is the amount of money when I want to sell a particular share. It tells me how much I am agreeing to my buyer. That price I'm agreeing to sell my share. Okay, the buy price is also known as bid price, the ask price or the sell price. They are also two different names. Normally, any person would like to buy at a lower price and sell at a higher price. The spread is the difference between the asking price and the bid price. Many of the portals will have this kind of little bit increase in spread. So you have to be very careful what your broker is doing. If the spread is high, that means you're already paying little more for the stock. So spread is nothing but the sell price minus the buy price. The spread percentage is nothing but the difference divided by the bid price into 100. Okay. If the spread percentage is high, it means you are paying already more for that stock. Or normally a buyer would he would have an interest that the spread is low, because if the spread is low, it will always, if the spread is low, it means he is already making some positives on that stock. If the spread is high, it means it is already he is paying something additional for the stock. It is a stock price. Spread is nothing but a cost which you are incurring without your knowledge. A trader or an investor should see my spread price is less. Call and put options are there for people who do F&O kind of business. Okay, they have the contracts for a particular date. The stocks have the contracts for a month, end of the month on the Thursday, and the various index like the Nifty, the Bank Nifty, financial services. This index have a Thursday weekend closure. The price at which asset is defined in F&O is nothing but they call as the spot price. Current market price is called as the spot, SPOT, and this is the strike. The orders can be booked as a limit order or a market order. Have the habit of booking it as a limit order so that you know at what price you are going to buy, sell the share. If you are placing a buy limit order, it means that your stock will be bought at that particular price. If you are placing a sell limit order, it means that the stock is sold at that particular price or higher. Okay. Market order is the price in the market at that point of time. Whatever the price is available, it will sell at that price. Sometimes when you place a market order and you are seeing a price, but when the price is actually you buy or sell, you'll find a difference in the price. So avoid putting a market order. Try and put limit orders most of the time. Okay. Even if you want to sell at that price, supposing the stock is as 140.10. So put 140.10 or 140.05 or 140 or 140.15. But don't put it as a market order, because market order में उससे ज़्यादा भी हो जाएगा, पता भी नहीं चलेगा. Day order is the order which is supposed to be sold during the day. Okay, buy or sell in a day. Valid till cancel orders you have, or sometimes called as GTT or GTD, different systems brokers have it. They are orders for a longer period of time, buy or sell orders for a longer period of time. You can mention the date and the order will be valid till that time. It can be a buy order, it can be a sell order. Execution is nothing but when a particular order is bought or sold at that particular price. We say the execution of that particular order has happened. Day trading is orders which are actively traded and closed by the end of the day. It can be a short sell or it can be a long buy. Alpha is the difference you are earning in a stock compared with the index. Supposing I am dealing with a Nifty 50 stock, like say TCS, then what is my earnings in TCS is the alpha, which is the difference between the earnings in TCS and when I compare it with the Nifty 50. So whenever you are comparing with the Nifty 50, you'll be comparing the large caps. Supposing I am comparing the mid caps and the Nifty 50, then I will look at the Nifty 200. Supposing I am doing the small caps, then I will look at the Nifty 500. So always the benchmark will vary depending upon what kind of stock you are going to pick up. If you are keeping large caps, take Nifty 50 as your benchmark. If you are using Nifty 200 as the benchmark, that means you are looking at large caps and mid caps. And if you are taking Nifty 500 as the benchmark, that means you can be using or having in your portfolio Nifty 100, 200 and 500 stocks, any of those, large caps, mid caps or small caps. So always you should have a right benchmark to measure your gains. Volatility is the movement of the stocks up and down in the market. Volatility is defined with the beta. The beta is nothing but the difference between the price of the stock and the movement it can have in the market. A beta equal to 1 is good enough. If the beta is greater than 1, it means it is very, very highly volatile stock. High volatile stocks, high beta stocks can do much better, but they are at a higher risk also. They can give you very good returns and they can bring down your returns also because the risk levels are very high. Low beta stocks less than 1, between 0.5 and 1, it is good, low risky. They will be like a stable stocks. A beta greater than 1 is very dangerous. Sometimes with very high volatility, these stocks can give you very nice or it can be very bad also. 1.3, what does beta of 1.3 means? It means that my stocks are moving 30% more volatile than the current market. Just 1 minute. Blue chip stocks normally are more stable. Good reputation. Broker is a person whom you are dealing for buying and selling of shares. Market capitalization is nothing but the number of outstanding shares into the price per share. Okay, that is your market capitalization. Shares outstanding means they are floating in the market, public float. These shares are given to the public. Okay. Now, how do we define the large cap? Anything above 20,000 crore market cap, they are defined as large cap. Normally, Nifty 1 to 100 stocks are large caps. Mid caps are defined between 5,000 to 20,000 crores. Nifty 101 to 250 are mid cap stocks. Small caps are between 1000 and 5000 crores. Nifty 251 to 500 are small cap stocks. Now these things will vary because your price will vary, the market will vary. So it is not a fixed answer. Or normally this is what. Micro caps are less than 1000 crore. Or some books will consider less than 100 crore as macro stock. And they can also call as penny stocks. So आपके पर है. Penny stocks are small stocks. Normally 20, 30, 50 crores or less than 100 crores you can keep. They can be your multi-baggers, but you should be knowing them well and you should be tracking them well. The high of the stock is the high point reached on that particular day. The 52-week high or the all-time high, these are the highs which are reached by the stocks in a particular week or at the all-time position in a particular day of the year. Low is the low of the stock which is reached on the previous day or one day or in the week if you are looking at week charts. 52-week low or all-time lows are nothing but the lows in the process of the last 52 weeks, that is 1 year time. Rally is when the market is going up. Short-term rallies are based on news, some budget kind of things and all. Long-term rallies are basically based on the fiscal policies. Like this time we had a budget rally which was only for 2 days. The third day onwards it started moving down. So normally we expect budget rallies to be quite big, but unfortunately ये time इतना कुछ नहीं हुआ because the overall position of the market was bad. Even though the budget was not bad, crash happens when the stock falls 20-30%. So if it is above 30%, we call it as a crash. If it is below 30% or 20% like that, we call it as a correction or retracement. So around 20% is a correction. Here is my terms long and short. Okay, look here. The stock is going up, the price is going up, the price is going up. I enter the market at this level. We'll see in this. Below, I'll put my stop loss and I'll fix a target above for taking the profit. So this position is called as a long. Long is buying of share. Short means selling of share. Now the market is falling. I enter the market with a sell order at this price. Now I am not having that stock, but I am selling a stock even though I am not owning that stock. Then I put the stop loss above it. Stop loss above it. And then this becomes my risk. Difference between entry and stop loss is my risk. And this becomes my reward. I wait for this point for the market to come and then I buy the shares. When I'm buying the shares, what I'm doing in that day, I'm returning back the shares to my dealer, the broker. So in such situations, what I'm doing, I'm getting the benefit between the profit and the entry price. Some different types of candles we'll see now. Basically, we have two type of candles: the white candle, or in the books we'll be seeing black candles, and the green candles and the red candles. Sometimes instead of green, we see in some of the portals blue candle also. So green or blue are the same. In this particular candle, what you are seeing, it opens at this level. The stock moves up, it moves down, it touches this low, it touches this low, goes up. During the course of the day, it makes a high, and finally it closes at this level. So when the open is below and the close is above, that candle will always have a green color. These lines, what you see, is called as a shadow or wick. This is below the candle, therefore we call it as a low shadow or low wick. This line is above the candle, therefore we call it as a high shadow or high wick. From this point, the high point till the lowest point, that difference is called as a range. From open to close, that difference is called as the body of the candle. Now, take the red candle. The stock is opening high, but during the day it keeps on falling, keeps on falling, keeps on falling. It went down to this level, once again it goes up. It can go up to this level, and once again, ultimately when it is closing, there is a closure at this level. So when is the open is up and the close is below, the open is up and the close is below, we call it as a red candle or a black candle. So a green, blue or a white candle is a bullish candle. A red or black candle is a bearish candle. Traditionally, we used to see this kind of colors, white and black. Nowadays, we see blue or green and red. This is nothing but this is a way we try to understand the movements of the stocks. Okay. The Japanese started using this method for trading the rice stocks, commodities, way back, say, 1900 century. Now, some candles are long candles, some candles are small candles. So this candle is a short or narrow range candle. You can see the difference is very low. Small body and the high and low is very less. Whereas this is a long range candle. This is a short range candle. This is a long range candle. What is the range? The difference between the highest point minus the lowest point. That is called as the range of the candle. Let us see the candle on the let us see this candle. This candle, okay, this is a green candle. So it opened at here, 68.45. It closed at here, 66.65. What is the highest point? H is 68.60. What is the lowest point? 66.55. So this difference between the highest point 68.60, the lowest point 66.50, this difference is called as the range of the candle. And the difference between the open and high, opened at 68.45 and closed at 68.60. The difference is only 0.15. What we see, this is nothing but the body of the candle. This candle is a red candle because the open was above and the close was below. Take this candle, the open here 67.80, 85, sorry. The close was here 68.75, 70. The upper high point was 68.80. The lower point was 67.60. The difference between the highest level and the lowest level, the difference between the high and the low is the range. The difference between the open and the close is the body of the candle. What you are seeing below is the volume bars. If the candle is closing red, then the volume bar will be red. If the candle is closing green, then the volume bar will be green. This line what you are seeing is nothing but a moving average, and the period is, you can see, volume 20 moving average. I can go there, click here, and I can change my number. If I want 10 moving average, I will put here 10 and then OK, that will be my 10 moving average. Earlier I used to look at 10 moving average, but because the market is very volatile, I am looking at a 20 moving average for the volumes currently. Now we'll see the different types of charts. We'll be seeing line chart, the bar chart, the candlestick chart. Then this is one Heiken-Ashi chart. we'll see in some of the requirements and Renko charts. But basically, we'll be using the candlestick chart. We can also use the bar chart. It is like candlestick only. You can see here, the open was here on the left and the close was on the right. This can be blue colored or green colored. If it is blue colored or green colored, it means open was low and the close is high. If you see, if I just draw a body here, it is nothing but my candlestick chart. So it is very similar to this. Similarly, the open is on the left, which is high, and the close is on the right, which is low. So open is above the close, that means it is a red candle. This is a bullish candle, this is a bearish candle. Now where we select the charts, we can go and click here. We can keep the hollow or the black and white kind of candles also. You can see the hollow candles. This is my candlestick chart. These are the bars. You can see this is the open green one. This is the close green bar. The open red one and the close red one. Left hand side is the open, right hand side is the close. The tip of the above line is the high, the bottommost position is the low. So this chart, if you see, is very much similar to your candlestick. It is actually the same. Only thing, the body is not drawn. If I draw the body over here, it will look like a candlestick chart. I can have a line chart also. The line chart takes the values of the close. You can change your settings also, but normally it is the closure price which is considered for the line chart. Then we have some other charts. Heiken Ashi. Here is Heiken Ashi chart. Now you will find the difference. These Heiken Ashi charts are smoothing the waves. You'll see they will move in a smooth manner. So normally when I do my portfolio based investing, I can use this particular. Now this, on the red candle, you will see the line, only the lower wick is there. On the right candle, you will see only the upper wick. So JM Financial went down from here and it kept on going down till the time it came here. It went up and once again it has started going down. Okay. That is a formulation based on which this particular chart is calculated. We'll see when we do Heiken Ashi. Similarly, we have the Renko charts. These are block charts. The block size can be fixed by us. So here is my charts going up and down. Not much in use, but some people use it for their trading activity. Now, there is a trend which is always associated with a chart. When the stocks are moving up, we call it as an uptrend. You can see the green line going up is uptrend. Then it started moving sideways. The sideways pattern is also called as consolidation. Then the stock started moving down. This is a downtrend. And then this is an uptrend. So let's see a stock and let us plot the points. This is Indian Energy Exchange. Here is my Indian Energy Exchange. Here is the weekly chart. You can see the stock was in uptrend. It was in uptrend. Then from year to year, it was in a consolidation sideways, and from here it started going down. So this is my uptrend. This is my consolidation. If you see in the day chart, you will be able to see more candles. The uptrend, consolidation, downward trend. We'll see in the lecture on how to plot the support and trends and all. There I shall give you the details how to plot it. This is Heiken Ashi, Renko. Normally, whenever a trend is there, this is my primary trend. But in this primary trend, you see a correction which is happening, retracement. And then in between that also, you see small minor trends. So this is my red one is my primary trend. The purple color is my secondary trend. And the light blue color is my minor trend. So based on the Dawes theory, every trend has some kind of primary, secondary, and minor trend. You can see here. Market went up primary, फिर ये correction हुआ छोटा. That small corrections, we pullbacks. You can see this was quite a big. So this becomes my secondary. वो secondary के अंदर भी ये एक line था वो. You can see this is the minor trend. So the major trend is here up. Then this was a major part. But एक थोड़ा secondary correction हुआ. ये secondary correction हुआ. उसके अंदर वापस वो एक primary upward हुआ. फिर वापस secondary correction हुआ. फिर वापस वो primary ऊपर गया. So what we see is in every kind of movement, whether it is uptrend or a downtrend, there will be a primary trend which will be the major trend, which will be seen in the monthly or the weekly charts. But when we see the day charts and all, we'll be able to see the secondary trend and the minor trends. Now we have to remember some terms. We start with this uptrend. How does it look? This is my low. It went up to this high. फिर थोड़ा correction हुआ. It went to this low. But when I'm comparing this low with this low, I can see this is my higher low. Then the stock went up. It further went up to this point. When you compare this high with this high, this is higher high, higher top also known as. उसके बाद वो नीचे आया. लेकिन ये लो के कंपैरिजन में ये हाई लो, ये लो इसके कंपैरिजन में हायर है. फिर वो वापस ऊपर गया. So when we have higher lows and higher highs, that kind of direction is a uptrend. When we have higher lows and higher highs, that kind of movement is called as a uptrend. Let's see this. ये मेरा हाई था, फिर स्टॉक लो पे आया, फिर वापस एक ऊपर गया, थोड़ा पुल बैक हुआ. Now when you see this high, ये हाई और ये हाई में डिफरेंस है कि दिस हाई इज लोअर. ये high once again lower है. So when we see lower lows and lower highs, what we say, it is a downtrend. When we see lower lows and lower highs, we say it is a downtrend. So uptrending market में higher highs, higher lows होगा. Downtrending market में lower lows, lower highs होगा. And consolidation, sideways market में, you can see the green line and the red line. I am moving between these lines only. Most of the market today, in most of the stocks, around 50-60% of the stocks is in consolidation, sideways or range bound market. All the three words are saying the same thing: consolidation, sideways and range bound markets. So this is my end for today. Hope you have liked it. You can join on my WhatsApp 98214-21609. You can call me. I'll add your name. Okay. Once again, I want to emphasize that this purpose of this lecture is only for educational purpose and nothing else. I am not a SEBI registered advisor. Any profits or gains are only dependent on you. Please consult your financial advisor before you buy or sell. This market is not so good, so you have to be very cautious. Don't buy and sell any haphazardly, because the last 5 months from October onwards, we are seeing a movement which is moving down as well as sideways. थोड़ा थोड़ा करके नीचे जा रहा है, लेकिन मार्केट साइडवेज मूवमेंट में है. Okay, it can further go down also. It is as no hard and fast rule. We cannot define that depending upon the world conditions. Okay, anyone else? Anything you want to know from me? Anyone? Okay, we close for the day. Thank you.
No, thank you.
सर 21st सेंचुरी कैसे है?